Springboard Roadshow Foundation, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation and Solidaridad, present CoRe, the COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program.
Hello and welcome to the CoRe program. My name is Comfort Ocran and I am the team lead for the CoRe program as well as the executive director for the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. The CoRe program is an initiative of the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with Solidaridad and the MasterCard Foundation. Today, we'll be learning about personal branding and grooming. The presentation is in three main parts. We'll first look at personal branding, then we'll look briefly at business clothing, and then we'll end on fine dining. By the end of this session, it is my belief and hope that your personal brand would improve significantly. I would like to first start with a question. Please pause and write down at least 3 answers before you continue. This implies that you have your paper and pen with you as you are watching me. My question to you now is that what benefits do you think you would get if you apply the learnings from this lesson? So do take your time and write at least 2 or 3 answers. Well, for me, I realized that I would have a better vision of myself. I would also appreciate my personal value more. Additionally, people will recognize what my personal brand stands for. And who knows, it may open further opportunities for me. Therefore, what did you write down? Did you write down anything close to mine, or it was different? But we all realize that if we go through this lesson, there will be benefits that will inure to us. So let's continue with today's lesson. I have another question for you. And this time, again, I would like you to pause and write down the answers. However, we'll not look at the answers directly, but in the course of the program, we'll look at those answers. My second question is, if you had the opportunity of having some people on your personal board of directors, and these can come from anywhere in the world, they can be dead or alive, which 3 people would you like to have on your personal board of directors? Again, take a pause, write your answers down, and then continue with the lessons. Well, welcome back. So let's continue. What is a personal brand? A personal brand is a perception or emotion that is kept by someone about you that describes your outstanding qualities and influences the person's perception about you. So keep in mind that a personal brand is number 1, an emotion or perception. So my question to you is, what perception do people have about you? Is it good or bad? It looks at outstanding qualities. Therefore, what are your outstanding qualities? And it influences a person's relationship with you. So, you remember the earlier question that we had that we didn't answer, or where we wrote down the answers about our personal board of directors? I'm sure some of you would have written things like name leaders in your field of interest. So if you're interested, for instance, if you're interested in football, you would have named someone like Thomas Partey, a sports journalist like Gary R. Smith, and a coach like Pep Guardiola. If you are someone who is a writer, you might name someone like Uncle Ebo White, Chidi Amanda Adichie, or Ama Ataedu, to be on your personal board of directors. On my personal board of directors, I would definitely be privileged to have Lady Joy Otabil, because I really like her dedication both to the Lord and her work. Another person I would love to have would be John C. Maxwell, because he is an outstanding leadership coach and mentor. The final person will be Elon Musk, because he is futuristic in his outlook and he's always reinventing the wheel. So who do you have on your personal board of directors? You want to have people who are on your board because of their outstanding qualities. In the same way, even as you progress in your life, build a brand that is authentic, filled with integrity, and extremely diligent. So how do we build our personal brand? We build our personal brand from three angles. Therefore, let's think of a triangle. And at the top of the triangle, let's write there clarity. And then on our left side, on the left angle, we'll write confidence. And on the right angle, we'll write communication. So clarity, confidence, communication. Is our triangle in place? Fantastic. So now let's dive deeper. Clarity implies you knowing exactly who you are. And therefore, what is your identity? To find out who you really are, you need to find out, who am I? Who am I? I would, for instance, say, I am a child of God. I would also say that I love being an African, and I cannot, in my wildest dream, think of living anywhere apart from Ghana. So I am so passionate about my Ghanaian life, especially my kenke and fish, that I will not live anywhere else because I won't get my kenke and fish. And that, my friends, is a true story. Secondly, what are you capable of? So we are still looking at about clarity, right? What are you capable of? What are your talents? I know I enjoy having people, especially young people around me. I know I enjoy simplifying concepts so that people can understand it quickly. I know I like hosting people, making sure they are comfortable. I like marketing or showing people what is this. I like organizing events and like sharing my knowledge. The third thing about clarity is, what are your values? What values do you have? What values do you hold clear? My values include integrity, humility, and value others as well as myself. Diligence, excellence, and of course, lots of fun. Your values will determine what you do when you are put under extreme pressure. Values are extremely important, because the person who says, when I do a job for you and you give me 2 cedis, I'll give you 2 cedis worth of job, is somebody that has very high trust, and therefore will keep on getting opportunities in life. So clarity involves knowing your identity, knowing your values, and also knows what you can do. So that is number 1. That's on top of the triangle, clarity. On our left side of our triangle, we have confidence. And your confidence is built on your personality, your professionalism, your piety, or your religious outlook, as well as your physical attractiveness. So how professional are you when people deal with you? Can they always trust what you give them? Or is it possible that today they will come to you and the next day you would not be found there because you are non-existent? How professional are you? Your physical attractiveness. I am certain that if you are sitting at home and someone knocked on the door and you open the door and you see someone unshaven and who hasn't bathed for 2 weeks, the person says, I'm coming to live with you. You say, no way. In the same way, but you don't know. After the person leaves, you find out that that person is the topmost person in your field of specialization, or the field you want to specialize in. But simply because of their physical dressing or their physical makeup, you refuse to be there with you. Her knowledge is still there, or his knowledge is still there, but physically, he or she was unattractive. In the same way, your confidence is built on how you look. How is your personality? How is your professionalism? And how is your physical attractiveness? The third angle, the right angle, is your communication. And communication is both verbal, non-verbal, written, or physical. So if every time you are walking, you drop your leg, you are slouching as you walk, people look at you and they are not attracted in any way to you because of the way you are communicating. You might even communicate that you are unhappy, you are emotionally unstable or something. I would advise you, always have a smile on your face. The smile doesn't cost anything, but it opens a lot of doors for you. Your physical appearance and your body language will tell them that this is somebody you would love to have a hangout with. Your verbal tone and speed must also be appropriate. Don't speak too fast because people will think you're too very, very nervous, or speak too slow that people will sleep. When you go for an interview, and I believe we covered that in one of our in the session on interviews, make sure you sit at the back of the chair, not at the tip. People will think you are too nervous. So we have looked at the personal brand triangle, we looked at clarity, we looked at confidence, and we looked at communication. Excellent. So we have looked at the personal branding canvas or triangle, and we realize that we have clarity on top, confidence on our left, and communication on our right. We realize that we need a clarity about our identity, our capacity, and our values. Additionally, we recognize that our confidence is built on our personality, professionalism, piety, or our personal attractiveness. Finally, our communication is verbal, non-verbal, written, or physical. So how do we present ourselves in our place of work? Ideally, we should wear colors that are subtle and wear clothes that are comfortable but not too tight. Don't wear loud colors, especially when you are now starting on the road. If you are a singer or someone who is in public space or an artist, then you can wear colors that are blinding. But if you are going to a workplace like in a bank or in an accountant somewhere, then please make sure that your colors are subtle, like navy, your charcoal, gray, brown, black. And you can offset that with the inners that will be like white, and so on and so forth. Gentlemen, ensure that your shoes are the right size. They must not be too long so that they hang at the wrist, or too short that they are at halfway up your hand. Your shirt also must just be the right size. You see a picture there where you see somebody wearing a jacket, and the jacket is just, the shirt is just showing about half or to a quarter of an inch just below the jacket. If the jacket is smaller or shirt, it will be too long. When you have your jacket, button it up. When you button it up, leave the last button unfastened. That is the way we wear the suit. When you sit down, you unbutton your jacket. When you get up, then you button it back up and leave the last button unbuttoned. Your shoes must be well polished. If, let's say, you had to walk in the sun, and therefore you get to the office place and your shoe is all dirty, please always have as a backup a handkerchief that you have dedicated to your shoes. Just before you step into the office, just polish your shoes neatly, and then you step into the office. Ladies, please wear not too flashy jewelry, subtle jewelry, because you are going to the office. When you are going out, then you have the opportunity to wear anything that you like. But when you're going to the office, wear, shiny earrings to make it with just enough makeup to make your face attractive. You must ensure that your nails are well polished or well groomed and neat. Don't, for office wear, don't have distracting things. Good personal grooming also includes your body odor. Please, your body odor can either make or unmake you. I knew this very young gentleman who had an opportunity to be promoted. However, because his body odor was so bad, he lost that promotion. Let that not be your story. If you say you don't have money to buy deodorant, don't worry. I use lime. So just take the lime when you are going to have your bath and use it in the relevant places. And I can assure you, when you go out, you will not have any body odor. Additionally, your undergarments, they also play a role in how you smell. And therefore, wash your undergarments every day so that you don't use old undergarments. So if you have any questions about what we've talked about so far, jot down those questions, send them to our website, and we'll be able to answer them along the line. Thank you.
A presentation of CoRe, the COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program.
Back to the basics. I brought one, I wore down so many times you don't want to even get